Here we go. It's about to hit off. Here we go. Yes, it's your boy in Double OZ, aka the LetCha Know logo. Smoke till I'm in slow mo. Mi el favorito, el color es el rojo. I got my people with me here tonight. You already know I got my squad. What's up, Ski Baby?
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the pod. Happy to be here today, y'all. Good to be
Yes, yes.
back.
Yes. Who else we got? We got my girl who don't follow me 317 with the camera is off.
Hey, what he do?
You know what I'm saying? We got C Dub in the building. What's up, C Dub?
Was good, was good. Hey man, it's the last time I'm gonna tell you about that intro song. I need the old one back.
You want the old one back? Okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, we'll take care of you on that. We'll take care of you. That's what we're here for. We're here to please the people. You know what I mean? And then we got my guy D in the money. What's up, D Money?
What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. Shout out to Gael. Hola, ¿cómo está?
You stupid. You stupid, but I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. He
You
should be
already know.
sleep by now. He better be sleep. But
Oh, and
nah,
happy
man.
birthday to our brother Philip. Happy birthday, Philip. Shout out to Philip.
Oh yeah, Phil did have a birthday. We turned 36 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When we do the promo, we got BB's Creations, which is Eli from the sports show. That's his girl. And then we got the Freeman Trucking. That's Phil's business. So we promote him all day, every day. So yeah, happy birthday to the little brother. But yeah, let's get right into it, man. We got a crazy topic today that's kind of been popping from the last show that we had, where D basically, spoke his mind, and the shit went damn near viral. It went lightweight viral. My phone's still buzzing, still getting comments. People don't like it. People do like it. I don't know if everybody was able to see that. Did anybody able to not see the video that I'm talking about? Have any clue?
I don't know.
You don't ever seen? Okay. So basically, what's up, Kirsten? What's up, girl?
Hey,
How you
hi
doing? How you
everyone.
doing?
Hey,
I'm
What's up? What's up?
Kirsten.
blessed. Hi everyone.
Recap the video for us.
So yeah, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it right here so we can check it out and see what y'all will talk about it. Where'd it go? Hold on.
Monster.
I just had it pulled up. Where'd it go? Oh, there it go. Okay.
We have the worst culture in the world. We have the most embarrassing culture
Oh
in the
yeah.
world. It's so blatantly obvious. It's not even a discussion. You know, when we sit here and we talk about the crack babies, the white fitting all white kids and all that, yes, but that's not their culture. That's not their culture. That's anecdotal. Those are situations that are happens specifically to them types of people. Just a couple, just a few, just a couple of 100,000. That's not their culture. You know, the ghetto proms. That's our culture now. You know, when you live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 kids, single mom, and she puts a red carpet out, and they went and bought an $800 suit, renting a Maserati all along, knowing that you could barely pay the electric bill. That's a culture thing. When we look at some of the things that we do and compared to other races, even when we speak of Hispanics, you know what their culture is? 2-parent households, Catholics, go to church on Sunday. Little Hector's got a rosary around his neck. Those are culture things. Pinatas at birthday parties. That's their culture. Our culture, unfortunately, is the embarrassing culture. It really is. And I don't know how we can really debate it.
LetCha Know.
We have the worst culture.
So yeah, there we go. That's basically what we riding right now. And like I said, all the comments, I read all the comments. A lot of people agree with him. A lot of people disagree with him. And so I want to bring it up again. Let's bring it up. Anybody got any problems with anything he said? Let's start there.
And for the record, I stand 10 toes down on what I said.
Can
Yeah,
you
I
repeat what
agree.
you said? I don't know what you said.
I said
He
I
was there.
stand 10
That was
toes
him.
down.
He's the narrator over the video, Kirsten.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
him talking.
Oh wow.
I agree with what he said though. I mean, I ain't lying. I mean, I'm for I love black people and shit, but what he's saying was really true though, because a lot of people was doing that shit. You know what I mean? In the culture, what he said, I agree. I don't disagree. I totally agree with what he said. Unfortunately, I mean, it's the truth though, because I mean, shit, like he said, my part that hit me the most when he said that, people living in a 2-bedroom apartment paying $800 for Maseratis and shit like that, but gonna have a hard time paying the rent in the next week or so. Where, you know what I'm saying? That shit hit home because that's a lot of the stuff I be saying to myself in my head that I don't ever really want to say out loud. But he said the loud, the quiet part out loud, and that's just real.
So
I
you
was
saying
gonna. Oh,
go
sorry.
ahead, my bad, Chad. My bad. No, you go ahead. My bad.
I really didn't want to point out one specific thing in the video, but that was one thing that kind of hit me as well. And I kind of felt the same way, like that just really doesn't make sense. But I also remember a few years ago, there was a post about a girl. She somehow won $10,000 or just came into some big money. I'm not really sure how she got it. And yeah, she paid a few bills, but most of the money she used to take her kids on a trip that she probably would have never had the opportunity to take them on had it not been for that money. So I feel like some people in those positions are trying to give their child, and they have, to give their child an experience. It's a once in a lifetime experience that they probably never would have had the chance to give in them. And they're already probably struggling, and once you struggle for so long, you kind of know how to maneuver in the struggle. Okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna pay it like this, pay it like that. So they're trying, I don't know, I just feel like they're trying to give their child or children something they didn't have and make that once in a lifetime moment memorable for them.
Now
And I
that
don't know
example
if
you
that's
just gave, I would agree with you 100% with that example you gave. I remember. I mean, I think everybody on this probably panel right now has experienced their parents getting a tax check. And you know what happens when your mama get her tax check? We got shoes. We went out to eat. You know
Get
what I'm
that
saying?
shit
So,
all the time, bro.
but
I'm
but but
sorry.
I get that. That's a family thing.
Yeah, I
But when
agree.
you start talking about, you know what I'm saying? You watch these videos. You got a suit tailor made. You rented a Maserati. The kid got $500 of pretty much your paycheck in his hands, and knowing tomorrow
But
you cannot afford
but
your
but it,
electric bill.
the only thing I will say is this though. Uh, I don't believe all the kids who got the tailored suits and the Maseratis, because some parents do plan for that. You know what I mean? Some parents do set to the side. Some people, I know when I was in high school, I kind of started thinking about the dress I wanted for prom, my senior prom. You know what I'm saying? So some parents do plan for it. But I will say, I don't feel like a lot of those parents that we saw plan for it. But I don't want to say that all of them, but I will say more than half be doing shit they know they can't afford or know they're gonna be in a bind later. But I don't want to say all, but I will say more than half, because some
Oh,
parents do plan for it.
my quote is always, "Nothing is ever all. Nothing is ever all." But we can tell in the video
Oh
who
yeah, for
planned
sure.
for it. We could tell in the video who planned for it, who budgeted for it, and we could tell in the video who was perfectly fine a week later. It ain't hard to see.
I
And
mean,
we the
but
only
looks can
ones
be
that did it.
deceiving though, D.
No, they
Let me say
no,
this.
no, they can't.
Let me say this. Just because somebody makes a bad financial decision, does that make it culture? I mean, there's a lot of
right.
people that
No,
make bad financial.
No.
Why would you say that that's our culture? Just because people choose to make bad financial decisions.
Well, again, it's not just our culture about the financial decision because rich people make bad financial decisions too. Middle class
Absolutely.
people make bad financial decisions too. Look, our president has filed bankruptcy how
But
many
we're talking about
times?
black
No,
culture. We're talking
but
about black
hold on,
culture.
hold on. I'm getting
Okay.
there. I'm getting there.
Okay.
But even our president. So what I'm saying to you is that the reason why it becomes our culture is because we're always the flashy one that praises that type of shit. And it's bogus. We're the only ones that do it. And I don't know why people argue this. I mean, I was reading some of the comments and people had the nerve to say, you don't know how they got that Maserati. Hey man, they in the Meadows. They put a red carpet in the entry of the Meadows. I don't know how they got it either, but I know they had to get a motherfucker back the next day.
I mean, but okay, I have a question. How you know they don't got an uncle or auntie that wanted to make sure the kid got that? You know what I'm saying? Like, how you
No,
know? I
I
mean, I'm
don't.
just saying.
Right.
No, I'm
And is
just
No,
that
saying.
no,
child
no, we
not
can't do that.
deserving
But hold
of,
on,
No,
of
but hold
having
on,
that
D. But hold
experience?
on. That's what I'm saying, D. But listen, I mean, it takes a village to raise people, to kids,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
you might have that auntie who well off that can get the
Who
daughter or
has the
the
connect?
son the money,
Hmm.
or can say, hey, I got a person that own this company that can let my nephew or my niece or my grandchild, get the money. I'm not saying that it's a lot of the shit that you saying, D, is true. In fact, to a certain extent, but it is people that, what I'm saying, that have those people in place, no matter if they live in the meadows or the headows or the trash can, that be in a position to make some dots be connected for them for that special day. Not saying they maybe shouldn't use it for something else, maybe a college fund or a new place to live. That's to them, but it is sometimes where people do have other people in their life to come in and step in and connect some dots and give some money and make a day happen for them. It ain't always, what I'm saying. I don't. And then one thing too, D, it ain't where they stay, it's how they stay. You know what I'm saying? Just
no,
because you
that's
in the
not true.
meadows don't mean,
Yes, it
yeah, it's
does.
definitely true. Now, it's
No,
not
it's
where you
not.
stay, it's how you stay. Yes, it is, because you can live anywhere.
Mm-mm.
You can live anywhere, but you ain't got to be of that neighborhood, of that community. You can live anywhere and go to bed, have an address, but you don't have to be a part of that community or that bullshit. Because I've lived
See,
in
here
some
we
places
go.
that wasn't. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
making no excuses. I'm just saying it's not
That's
where you stay,
exactly.
it's
I
how
didn't
you
even have to
stay.
look. I'm gonna tell you how much it's an excuse. You
It's
said it,
not
and
an
I didn't even
excuse.
say it.
No,
You
because
said
I
it.
knew because I knew what you was implying. All I'm saying is you can live in the ghetto and still have upbringing as if you live in the upper part. You know what I mean? Because it's your mindset. It ain't where you stay, because you can always change how you stay, but your mindset can always be shaped too. But if you're changing that mindset up to be as if you are already arrived or already in that career or already living that life, and it's not, what's wrong with that too? She could be in the meadows and got the red carpet. I'm just saying it's not where you stay, it's how you stay. And parents should have, I'm just saying it's not where you stay, it's how you stay. You know what I mean? That's just my thought on that.
You want to respond to that, or you want me, or you want me to say, because what I was going to ask is what it says on the bottom of the screen is what we said earlier. Why is showing physical wealth, showing off our money, cars, designer clothes? Why is that prioritized over financial stability in our community? Because I do agree with that. Again, I think
They
it's
want to look
harmless.
the part. Because they want to look the part and not thinking about the butters. They think about the butters and not the brains and shit.
But
You know what I'm
but
saying?
the black community and black people have always had, even way back when, in our parents' generation and even before that, a keeping up with the Joneses type of mentality. I don't know where that came
But how
from.
we are the Joneses? How about, you ever thought about we the Joneses? You ever thought about that we was the Joneses? Because y'all remember back in the day in history, they used to say, how do these niggers, excuse my French, have grand pianos in their homes? You know what I'm saying? How can they have all this and that? How do they have the linen? How do they have these press suits? How do they have that? Back when Reconstruction, we came from slavery and we built up our towns and shit. They was
Right.
always saying to us, how do you guys have that? I live over here and I work and I don't even have a grand piano. I don't have tailored suits. I don't have the best linens or nothing. Our houses have always been nice. We've always had shit. We lived in the hood or not. We always had the best shit, no matter what. We always
That is
got that
the
shit.
biggest problem we have. And I respectfully say this to you, Ski. I know we get into it sometimes. I know you're very opinionated, as I am. I'm a Freeman, so I'm definitely very well opinionated. But that is our biggest problem. 95% of what you said, and I'm going to say this one last time. I'm not going to say this to anybody else on this panel. I say this respectfully. It may come off as attacking, and I apologize. But that's what fucks us up, is that style of thinking. It is not okay. You can sit here and glorify it and make it sound like it's okay. It is. Let me finish. You talk for about 20 minutes straight.
Go ahead, I'm gonna get you. Go ahead.
Okay, it's all good. It's all good. That's we
It's
the
my
only
name
one that
show.
we'll get to that.
Go ahead.
But that's
Go
our
ahead.
biggest problem. We're the only people that think of it like that. Nobody strives to live in the hood. Nobody says I'm gonna save my money up so I can live in Harville. Nobody says.
What's wrong with building up Hallville?
Okay,
though?
I'm gonna let you talk.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
Nah,
Go ahead,
I'm not
babe.
let you talk.
Go ahead. I'm bad. My bad.
We the only ones that do that. That's the biggest problem we have. We glorify the worst shit. There is nothing great of having great furniture and living in a dirty ass apartment complex. Nothing. It's stupid. It's no different than watching a nigga with an Escalade living with his mom. It's no different with a motherfucker with only 2 pairs of jeans wearing a goddamn pair of Jordans. It makes no fucking sense. It doesn't. And we sit here and we act like it's okay. It's not okay. How about we save our money? How about we not waste it on unnecessary material items and move into a better area or a different side of town? How about we do that? But what we gotta stop doing, but I'm almost done.
What we got to stop doing is acting like living in poverty is okay. Nobody strives to do that. We strive to get out of it. You know why we know about Marcy Projects, where Jay-Z's from? You know why we know where O Block is in Chicago? Because we make those areas in the hood sound like it's so amazing. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It is a big deal. You know what the first thing most people do when they get a decent job or they make a or two-parent household, they accrue a certain amount of income collectively? They move away from that shit. So just to let you know, Steve, no, that is a problem. Let's stop acting like it's not a big deal. Please, come on, people.
I don't think I don't well, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't
Speak for
think
yourself, Queen.
most people think that it's okay. But like
She does. She just said it.
if you living in the hood, live in a place and you
That's
don't want to
not what
be
I
there,
said either.
you're
In a
already
nutshell.
you're already miserable. What is wrong with having nice things in your home to make it at least somewhat comfortable while you have to be there and still save to move out? I don't have to be completely miserable and coming home every day to a place that I already don't want to be there because of whatever financial situation. Yes, I have to be here, but while I'm here, I'm going to make my home look the way that I want it to look and have nice things within my home. So when I come
Mhm.
home, I have a place of peace and a place of serenity and a place where it's not stressful because why does my home have to look like where I am?
Be cool, real quick. You know what inmates say? Like, you ever watch a movie and it has to deal with inmates? You know what they say? Hey, man, why does it look like this? Because I don't want to get comfortable. I don't want to get comfortable, sweetheart. I'm not saying you can't have a flat screen TV. Why shouldn't you? I'm not saying you shouldn't have a laptop. Why shouldn't you? But to sit here and use the word serenity, I mean, maybe we're talking about two different types of neighborhoods here. But when I go to certain neighborhoods or I'm on certain sides of towns and I see the trash can is overflowing, and I know if I turn out all the lights where the roaches are, why do you want an amazing furniture suite well, you know it's roaches crawling all over that bitch? We have to start acting like this is what we're striving for. We're striving to get away from that. Call it coonery if you want to, not meaning you specifically, but we the only ones that do this shit. Tell me, I challenge anybody without Googling, tell me a hood-ass white neighborhood. A hood-ass white neighborhood that is known throughout the country. Name one. And don't say 8 Mile because there's niggas that live there too.
They definitely exist. I've actually been to one.
I didn't say that. I said name one.
I don't know any that are popular throughout the.
Exactly.
Yes, I don't.
That's my point. I respect that. I respect you.
You're saying that basically because like you said, we prop that shit up. That's why we know about it because we're propping it up.
Hey, you know Marcy Projects, don't you?
Right. Because like I said,
you ever live in New York? You ever live in New York?
No. But again, that's because of some people that have been famous from that area. I mean, I've never heard of a lot of places, but somebody comes from there and blows up. You know what I mean? My people never heard of Indianapolis till Mike Epps. But I wouldn't say he's a negative person or people are whatever. But what you're saying, what I'm thinking they're saying is that we're the only ones that celebrate the negative stuff from drug dealing, from negative. I mean, whatever it is, niggas want to rep their neighborhood. I don't mind all that. You want to rep where you live, no problem. Just like you watch the World Cup, people rep where they from all the time. That ain't no big deal. But when you start talking about the bad things that's going on in your culture, like you said, whether it's drug dealing, whether it'd be like Asians bragging about cooking dogs. It would be like, why would y'all brag about that? Why would you brag about cooking dogs?
But that's niggas. It's a difference between niggas and black folks.
Exactly.
That's niggas.
Comment of the day. Great job.
The hood niggas or the niggas with the hood mentality are the ones that, I'm from this and woo, and I'm from here and I'm from there and blah, blah. That's how it gets the hype. And I hate that. Like I said, there's a difference, but the hood side is like what he said, praised and O Block and this place, and oh my God. And those are the places you don't hear about, the places in Indianapolis or in other places where there are prestigious black people and prestigious black neighborhoods that are clean and they look nice and it's not trash cans overfilled and this and that. So
What's up, Ski?
Can y'all guys tell me one prestigious black neighborhood in Indianapolis that's black, a predominantly black prestigious neighborhood in Indianapolis? Just one or couple?
You said what?
Can y'all tell me some prestigious black neighborhoods in Indianapolis? I'm saying, can y'all tell me some prestigious black neighborhoods in Indianapolis? That's predominantly black prestigious neighborhoods in Indianapolis, Indiana. I'm listening.
I can tell you some areas.
No,
yeah,
I'm
but
saying I said
you use
neighborhoods.
that.
We're
But
talking.
yeah,
No, I'm asking the question. It's going somewhere. So answer the question. We're
but,
off the top of the head without googling. Tell me one neighborhood that's up. You know, that's
Before,
nice. That's all
bef-
black.
so
That's just a
before
black area
recently,
neighborhood.
I think it's starting to get bad out there. But before, at one point, before it got as big as it is, the German church area going towards, I believe, Cumberland or McCoursville, it's a lot of black people out
it's
there
a
that
lot. It's a
that have a
lot.
lot of great careers,
How about
a
by Pike
lot of
Township? Hey,
career.
Charles, where did your dad used to live, Charles?
We stayed off of 86 and Ditch, so that was Washington Township still.
Yeah,
Yay.
it was a
Washington, it's a
lot
lot
of
of black people out there.
yeah,
Good
well
jobs,
to do, well to do.
well
No,
off.
listen. I was just asking that question, but this is my thing, right? I get what you're saying, but this is the only thing only problem that I have with what D says about community is because we make the community. We make it what we want to make it, right? So what I'm saying is, how come we always got to take our wealth and take it somewhere so we're not even wanted? First of all, we're not wanted in half the places that we go, no matter what job we got, no title, whatever. So anybody want to sit here and say that we do is lying, right? So how
Tell
come
us
we
why you
never
say that,
hold on,
Farrakhan. Prove it.
one
That's an
second.
opinion. That's not a
Hold
fact.
on. What you say is not fact either, it's opinion. But anyway, what I'm saying is, how come we always got to take our wealth somewhere else? Why can't we never build up our area and make it the areas that we run to? That's what I'm saying. How come we can't never pour into our hoods, right, and make them not hoods anymore? Why do we always got to take our wealth out of our area
You
that's
know why?
predominantly black? Hold
I'll
on.
tell you
That's predominantly
why.
black. Why do we always got to take our money out and go to Carmel, Fishers, Noblesville, Pike, wherever, instead of making the Hall Bills and the East Sides and all that a better place to stay? You know what I mean?
Because of the hood, nigga.
But
Because
you
of
don't
the
understand what
hood
I'm saying.
mentality.
It's really
The reason
simple.
why,
Hold on, I'm
it's
gonna
not
tell
because
you.
of
I'm
that.
One
gonna
at a
tell
time. One
you.
at a time. One at a
I'm
time.
you're
gonna.
not letting me finish. But
Okay,
guess
I'm
what?
sorry.
Let her finish.
You're
Let
not
her
letting me
finish.
finish. Hey, it can start as hood, but if we buy it up and bring the community centers and bring the grocery stores
So you
and bring
ask a question and you answer it.
I've
How does that
seen
work?
it.
that's not D. Be quiet. I'm just laying
But
the
you asked the
platform.
question.
So
Let
all
her
You
I'm
finish.
asked
saying
the
is,
question.
I'm making a point. I said, how come we always take our wealth out of our neighborhood instead of making our neighborhood the areas that we run to? That's what I'm asking.
You know why?
Go ahead, Ted.
Because I've seen it. I've lived for a short period of time on, I don't even know what it is, something in Franklin, 38, 42nd, whatever in Franklin. They finally put a grocery store in the neighborhood. They finally put it on 38th and Post. They put that Kroger on 40 whatever in Franklin. They put that Walmart. Niggas was in there stealing. They was in there, motherfuckers coming in there stabbed up, shot up, bleeding everywhere, calling the police. Like the business, when you decide to build there or you want to do something there or you just happen to move over, they want to take instead of actually working, ask and say, hey, how did you get this? Or show me the game. Can you put me on? They the niggas with the hood mentality, they just want to take. They don't want to work to get where they just see what you have. They want that shit. So their mentality or how they was raised or brought up or what they've seen that's been put into them believes that they should just take that shit.
Mac,
Well,
you want to
it's
respond
it's
to
a
that?
whole lot. It's a whole lot deeper than that. But that's a valid point. But you got to understand, right? The hood is gonna always be the hood. Okay. Think of it this way: if there ain't no roaches, it ain't no need for roach spray. If it ain't no rats, it ain't no need for rat traps. Okay? The drug trade, crime, killings, all that is an industry. It's funeral homes make money from people dying. The
Right.
economy makes money from drugs being sold.
Right.
This is always gonna be a thing. You will never be able to clean up the hood. It's
Got the
gonna
wrong one.
always be the hood. All you can do
Did
is
it?
make it and leave.
Maybe
The
there's
hood is gonna
substitute.
always be the hood.
You said
But
make it and
here's
leave,
my
Matt.
issue.
You said
Make
make it
it
and
and
leave,
leave.
Matt.
Make it and
Facts.
leave.
But here's my issue. Why
If you
does that
stay
end
there,
up
they
being
gonna
black
kill you
culture?
or they gonna rob your ass.
That's a fact.
But why does that end up being black culture? Because what that is like you said, poverty culture. That's not black culture. But y'all keep pushing it on black culture. That's the problem I'm having.
Well, that's because that's what we can identify with. I'm sure, like y'all just said, y'all don't even know no motherfucking poverty white neighborhoods, and there's plenty of them. They trailer parks. What
Yeah,
the fuck you think them people
yeah.
live? Them white folks is trailer.
Wait, is
It's more
Ravenswood?
trailer trash white folks than black people.
Is
because
Vegas
black
white?
people are a minority in this country. Okay,
Right, we know
we're a
that.
majority in the world, but in this country we're a minority. They got us way outnumbered. Even with the link in public housing and all that shit, see, black people like to throw it and say, well, black people the only one need government assistance. That's a damn lie. White people use up all that shit. They actually got it first. So a lot of the poor motherfuckers, meth heads and
Wait, there's probably
crackheads
more
and
because the population is more white.
yeah,
So there's
it
probably
is.
more
That's
white
what I'm
people.
saying. It's more white people
Yeah.
than black people. So if you do the
Yeah.
numbers based upon the statistics, it's
Statistically.
way
Yeah.
more poverty white folks than black folks.
Yes, sir. Yep.
But
So
the thing
yeah,
we do know that those places exist just because we don't know them by name because we don't give a damn and
yeah, because
nobody's
you don't go there.
popularizing them. Right.
Okay,
And
Oh,
So,
nobody,
y'all ever
so why do
seen
we
what's the
care?
Rocky
name?
Ripple.
Have y'all
Rocky
ever seen
Ripple.
that movie on Netflix? Mozart.
No.
you talking about
Ozark?
Ozark, not Mozart.
Yeah,
Ozark.
Ozark.
Okay, that's a trailer trash park. In real life, that's what that is. I've been there. That's a fucking campground.
Oh wow.
Hey, real talk. I don't give a fuck about those communities that keep it a buck. I can't even lie to you. I
Me
don't
neither.
give two shits about the Appalachian people that date their cousins and have triplets and shit. I don't give two damns about that. I'm talking about our culture, and it's fucked up. And I don't care what
Yeah, it
nobody
is.
says. I
Let's do
It's
this
gonna
then.
challenge
always
somebody.
be.
Let's do
What the
this then.
fuck?
Let's go with positive. Give us some positive black culture. Yeah. Somebody, Q, somebody give us some positive black culture, and please.
What you think, Charles? Charles
Positive
Lee, what you
black
got,
culture
Charles?
is sassy to people.
No. I actually
Yes, the
Ooh.
changed
fuck
my
it is.
algorithm on Instagram to for specific positive black images. I just watched a reel today with about 10, 15 young black men in college all going for anesthesiology in the medical field, surgeon, neurosurgeons,
Mhm.
pediatric anesthesiology, all
Mhm.
sorts of things. It's just I think that stuff like that, I know for sure stuff like that is happening every day. It's just not being highlighted, and I make it a point to share it and repost it.
I
What
just
you
want
think,
to
C?
say,
Go ahead, one of y'all. Nobody.
I mean, I
What
just
happened? I'm
What was the
sorry, I
question?
missed
I'm
it,
go
sorry,
ahead.
y'all.
my
And
audio
even
was messed up.
and I'll say even when it comes to black men and women, and you always there's always social media putting them against each other. Be sure to post positive things, black fathers, black single fathers, just black parents,
Ding,
black
ding,
two
ding. I'm
parent black
glad you
homes.
said that
Like,
shit.
I just really enjoy seeing that stuff, and I swear anytime I see it, I have to share it, put it in a highlight in a story, repost it on my page, because that is stuff that we don't see all the time, but people don't realize it's happening all the time, and those are the things that aren't being highlighted and praised enough. I got tired of seeing black negative shit.
Just
Can I
go to the
say
hill.
something? Can I? Because I know this topic
Please,
so well, right? And I'm gonna just
please.
say this, right? I'm a prime example of what you just said, but women tear me down all the time, right? I was a single father when I was 16 years old, before I was even old enough to work. I had a child to myself, right? No mother, right? I got 5 baby mamas, right? So women tear me down. Oh, he reckless with his dick. He got 5 baby mamas, but they don't never point out the fact that I didn't have a father. My kids did, and it ain't the fact that I made bad mistakes. It's the product that I raised. I got
Mm-hmm.
good kids. You see what I'm saying? My
Yep.
son got both of my grandkids by one woman. My daughters are not pregnant. They ain't got no kids. That one in college, one that got a good job, and my son is a truck driver. And I have a little kid. So I produce good products. Okay, I fucked my life up. I did some shit. But I learned on the way how to be a father and produce good products. I don't got
Right.
jailbait kids
Y'all don't give the women the same. Y'all don't give women that same courtesy either, though. When she had the kids, y'all
yes,
don't
we do.
drag her. No, y'all
No,
don't.
not
Y'all
D.
sit
No,
here and
Gray.
say that
Not D
shit.
don't. D
No, y'all
don't.
don't. No,
I
y'all
don't.
don't. When women have 5 kids and all that shit, y'all don't be talking about, oh, Bonquisha made it through and she raised good kids and 2 in
I don't.
college and
You
none
you
ain't
you you
pregnant.
know why
Y'all
men do
drag her
that? You know
ass.
why men do that a lot of times?
But
It's
what's the difference
simply
between a
because of
man?
this.
What's the
Men
difference
do
between
that
a
a
man
lot
and
of
having
times
5
because of this.
kids?
They
Ain't
do
no
it
difference
because of
between
this.
y'all having 5 children either though, with 5 different bitches slinging that wiki everywhere. It ain't no fucking difference. It's the same.
It is a
There is
difference.
a big difference. There is a
It's a
difference.
big difference.
I
I
don't care
It's
don't
a
what's
give
up
big
with
no
y'all.
difference.
Y'all
props.
drag the
What?
bitches though.
Is it
The
because
mamas.
here's the thing, for when you compare a man and a woman with kids, they're not the same, because those children that you bear are your baggage. They in your wallet. You got to take
And
them with you everywhere.
you
Okay.
chose to
And
have them.
then on top of that, any man that comes into that situation has to be a provider for your situation with your baggage. If you enter my situation, you don't got to take care of my kids because I'm the provider. So you won't have to take on the
Well,
responsibility
every
that
woman
I
don't
would
need
have
y'all
to
to
take
take care
on
of
taking your
shit.
kids.
Well, we don't need y'all to. Every woman y'all be dating. That's the problem. Every woman
Well,
y'all.
hold on, y'all. We
Oh.
ain't about to turn this into this ain't a relationship this ain't a man and woman thing here. I just want to know the positive side of black culture. Can somebody give me some positive black
The
culture?
positive side of black
I can
culture
give you some
is.
positive.
Go ahead. I'll
Go
let
to
him
the
go.
hell.
Any anybody?
Can I
The
step in since I haven't?
positive side, I'll tell you this. The positive side of black culture is the fact that we don't point out, so I think somebody mentioned that earlier, that we don't point out the good things that black people do. So actually like this, right? So my age group, we was the niggas that had multiple baby mamas and were just fucking all these hoes and having kids and shit. This new generation ain't doing that. This is what we not talking about. The new generation not having baby mamas. They not having kids like we did. These motherfuckers going to school. These females ain't
But
dumb, ain't
Mac,
let
you
niggas
right,
trick them. They
Mac.
going to
You right,
college.
Mac. Mac, you right. But that's like generational shit. I'm talking about like straight black culture that's undeniable. We all agree on because one thing about a culture is
Scamming.
we all have to agree on it, and
Whoa.
not all. We all have to
Scamming
agree
is
that this is
crazy.
our culture, right?
Not true.
And
I got something
yeah,
good for you.
So this is cute.
somebody,
Can I step
anybody,
in?
because please, Q, please go ahead.
So I want to say this. First of all, hello to everyone on the panel. I pray that y'all are doing well and that you've had a great day. I do want to say this. So the question was something positive for the Black culture. We can all sit on a platform and talk negative about our own, but it's taken us almost 24 hours to come up with positivity. So I'll
Facts.
start it off and I will say this. Our strength is positive. How we get through obstacles. That is the strength that we have in us. I don't think anyone else on this land has. Another thing is the gifting that sets and rides within us. I got to say that that's a positive thing. Another thing is once we put our mind to something, it is a done deal. We've already won the battle. Should I go on or should I stop there?
Well, I'm gonna say this. So you don't think that more black women having less kids and being more positive and following their dreams and goals, and less black men making less baby mamas and single family homes and broken homes, you don't think that's a positive thing for our culture?
I think it
No,
is positive,
it's a positive.
but hold on. Let
Oh,
me
my
let
bad,
me
my bad,
answer.
my bad.
I think it is positive, but I also think that sometimes with the single mom and the single dad, we put too much on that, and we don't talk about the blended family, the ones that were single, but they are now working to be a blended family, and it's actually working. We don't talk about
It's not a
those.
lot of those though.
What about
It's right,
faith and
and it's not a
spirituality?
lot of those, but the ones that it is, we don't speak up about that. And that is very important because that means to me, if I ever have to have a blended family, which I do, it works out great for me. But it's not
I never
talked
dated a
about
woman
all
with
the
kids,
time.
so I don't
Which
know
you,
how that dynamic would work for me.
well, see, it doesn't. Well, see, I'm not for sure how it would work for anybody else. I do know that it wasn't easy at first. But
I'm sure.
a lot of uneasiness, what you have to do as a person, I feel, and this just is my personal opinion, is a lot of us are just selfish. A lot of us want it our way. A lot of us are trying to have mates and we don't want to, we just want to be selfish. We want everything our way. And I'm gonna say this, if you have to put down self every day, die to self every day, what makes you think that you don't have to do it within your relationships or trying to have a blended family or trying to be in a relationship with someone else? Why do we feel like that doesn't work there? It does. You have to do it because it's not just you invited into this space. That's all I have to say. But I love y'all.
I think it's easier for a man to live in a dynamic with a blended family when he came from one. If he ain't came from one, I don't think
Mhm.
he'll understand it. And I think it'll take a lot of understanding for him to actually be comfortable in that situation.
I
For
agree.
sure.
And
For
I believe
sure.
I believe the same for the woman. Because sometimes as a woman coming in, I only know this because I'm a woman. I can't speak for a man, but I do agree with what you said. But sometimes coming in as a woman and having to deal with another woman, a lot of women don't get along.
What you mean? Like you mean the daughter?
Men get along more than women do.
Absolutely. Fuck
So
yeah.
it's the same dynamic for the woman that has to come in and has to deal with another woman. You definitely have to be mature.
What do you
This
mean? The baby
But
mama
I
or the
think that's
daughter?
when
Think
women,
when
just
that's when the
relationships
women
matter.
they're
just the
still liking the
relation.
man. The
No, I'm
baby
saying she
mama.
said deal with another woman. Are you speaking about the child's mother or the actual daughter? Because there's two different. See, I got grown kids, so like my daughters are adults. So, but I raise my kids different. My kids are just polite and nice. They're not assholes. They don't turn their nose up. They're very warm and very welcoming. So, I don't have that dynamic, but I have seen it before where, the daughter might not like the new boyfriend or the new stepmama or shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as the baby mama shit, once again, I never had baby mama drama. So, I say that all the time. That I think that makes me a hell of a nigga to be able to juggle 5 motherfucking women and they never been on child support and they never had no problems. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
But once again, that's just the type of women I like. I don't date troublemaking ass women that do all that shit. So,
Well, there's exceptions to the rules. And really, the women that you deal with, like the men that you deal with, you either mature or you're not.
Yeah, facts.
I'm about to say I lost a little signal there. My bad, y'all. But it looks like we don't really have much positive shit to talk about because a lot of this shit don't even sound like our culture to me. It just sounds like shit some niggas do and some niggas don't. That's what that's respectful to you, Q.
Okay, so give me this. Give me
I got some
something
positive stuff
positive
for you,
that you
man.
can say about another culture.
See, Will got something positive.
Because what it seems like is it seems like it's something good to say about everybody but us. So give me something positive you can say about another culture. Because every culture is fucked up from something.
Can you hear me?
I don't care about another culture though. I don't care about black culture. So
No, I get that, but what I'm
What was you
saying
about to say,
is
Charles?
it's like we just gave a lot of good examples. That's not good enough.
I got some positive culture stuff. I get what he asking, but you talk about positive culture because cookouts, food, you got music, like everybody bites off our music. That all those three things are positive culture. If you want to go deeper into like family shit,
not the music. The music is what's fucking the culture up.
Well, not all of them.
But I get what you're saying. You saying summertime cookout music, that kind of shit. The one hump this
I was
time.
talking about
That
just
shit.
food and cookouts in general. Like that's our culture. Like people know the cookouts is what we do, right?
But
Everybody
that's
know that.
majoring on minor
But
stuff
even in
because cooking don't
Chicago,
even
them
matter.
bitches get shot up. You can't even do that shit no more. Man,
Okay.
20 or more
Dress,
motherfuckers in one circle. You better
But
don't go
We
there.
just had
just style,
the
period.
Black
Just
Festival
style.
of
The way we
Joy
do
over
our
the
hair,
weekend for Black
like
people,
all
and
that.
that was a non-incidental
Everything people
event.
bite off of black
Yeah.
people.
it's
So
I
not
feel like
that.
all those are
there's a lot of
Listen,
good.
y'all. It's not that we can't do positive. Again, the difference between doing shit and culture is culture has like parameters and guidelines and rules. Niggas just be running wild a lot of the times. A lot of times there is no there's certain things that a culture has to have to be considered a culture, and it's almost like we don't have any culture. That's why it's so hard for us to name some positive things in our culture besides sports, entertainment, and food.
Because our culture is fucked up. That's why. And we keep trying to
first
dodge
of
the
all, we're
truth.
going back to our culture. We're gonna talk about culture, baby. They wiped our culture from the beginning, baby. They wiped away everything. So we're gonna go back to culture and history. Let's go back to history. God damn it, taking your name, your surname, everything, baby. You been
But that's what I'm saying.
no, you missing a point. I don't give a fuck if it's 2090. The point of culture is the fact of we have no historical history that we can all say in one accordance. This is how we was raised. This is what we did. This is the cultural things that we customary ways. We don't have any of that. We don't have no underlying customary ways that we all can say unanimously together. This is what we do. That's what I'm saying.
That is true. But see, go ahead, Irv. Go ahead, Irv.
because this is the problem with the black community now. People don't know their history, or now we all avoided our history. The real truth is, black people, we lost our culture because we stopped doing it and we gave it away and we let the government take it away, which was family. That's the first base. Family. In the home. Mom and dad. In the home. Second base, a lot of black people still milking away, is religion. We had Christianity. We always went into church. A lot of people start digging and diving, thinking, oh, just because the white man taught us a different wrong with the Bible, not everything is wrong with the Bible. Most people don't believe that Christianity is actually a African religion anyways. So a lot of people don't even understand what they're really talking about. Another thing along with that, when we talk about family, when you talk about religion, you talk about marriage, all that was in there. When we was even in slavery, we still got married jumping a broom. We didn't need the government for any of that. Next thing, when we're talking about we work side by side with each other, which we don't do anymore. People think this is nothing with the cultures. A lot of people think, oh, they're imagining our old culture was a white people culture. Black people never, most of us didn't have stay-at-home wives or none of that. We all worked all the time since slavery. And then when we got out of slavery, most black women went to go be nanas, maids, all these other things, all the jobs that Hispanics do now. So it's crazy to start thinking, oh, we don't know our culture. No, you forgot your culture. Another thing too is most of us used to be inventors and innovators. If you're talking about another thing like Madam C.J. Walker, who was one of the first black women to start a business back in the civil rights, where no one want to give her no representation, talking about, oh, there was no black women that own their own stuff. Why are we disrespecting her like this? That's what I said. Black people don't know their history. They just think they know, but they haven't done their real research. So they go off the top of their heads talking about some craziness. Like that's why we're having this conversation today. People can't give real positive outcomes because they threw it away and forgot who they were.
So here's the thing, right? Here's the thing with that, right? What you just explained is modern day culture, okay? From slavery on up, okay? Our true culture, from where we come from our roots, the woman was the most powerfulest thing on this earth, and we protected her with our lives. Okay, this is our culture, protecting our queens. Okay, as far as like even with today, we still have a little of that culture, like as far as the flashiness. Like a lot of people think that's nigga shit. That is actually who we were before slavery. I'm talking about when we were original people, when we was in tune with God ourselves before religion, before these books and all this shit came. We were worshipers of women because they was the bearers of children.
But this is what I'm saying. You're arguing the same point I'm making. Like what you're saying is nothing because they still have to do with family. With family, we still protected our women back in. So what you're talking about, you're arguing.
No, in that aspect, in a modern aspect, we stopped respecting our women because this is when our great granddaddies and shit had families up the road and 6-7 kids over there and shit. So we had lost respect for our women at this time.
Which I said we threw it away, and which I said we threw it away. Most of us though, we understand. We protected our women. They stood by us. We both worked and we grew up a family. And we stood by each other. We wasn't looking for lifestyle or nothing. Our lifestyle was our family, was bringing in innovating things, inventing things. A lot of black people just lost that, but we're starting to get back to that here slowly but surely. It's going to be another probably 20, 30 years before we see any big changes. But when we're talking about the innovation and inventing thing part.
It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro.
American culture.
No.
Listen.
Yes, there is.
What is it? Name 2 value systems in the African American culture.
Value system?
Yes. African Americans in this country are the only groups. They have no culture. It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
But currently, there's not an African American culture.
No.
Yes, there is.
What is it? Name 2 value systems in the African American culture.
Value system?
Yes. Name 2 taboos in the African American culture system. Name 2 traditions, by the way, in the African American culture system. There is no value.
I'm gonna stop it right there. Can anybody name 2 while we on this panel?
we threw them away, like I said. Like it used to be family and religion. Don't matter what religion that was, Islamic or
let me say this though.
Christianity.
Let me say this. The only reason isn't, I mean, that's like, to me, that's almost like human necessity. Like, who doesn't love family? Like, you know what I'm asking? Like, to me, that's almost like an automatic. Like, that's almost just like human nature outside of culture, in my opinion. I mean, the way you run that family is the culture. You know what I mean? If y'all niggas want to eat with chopsticks, that's y'all culture. Y'all niggas want to eat with y'all bare hands and sit Indian style with no shoes on the living room floor, that's y'all culture and y'all family thing. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody
Our
got
culture
family.
was Sunday dinners.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sunday dinners, cookouts, family
Sunday
reunions.
dinner was always a
I just
tradition
put that
in
in
my
the
house.
chat.
Friday night
I was
card
raised
parties.
by old country niggas, man. All my people from the South. And
Let's
even
get
with my Puerto Rican side, the Puerto Rican side they was really locked in shit. Like the women catered to the men. They walked around, even with little girls at 8. My little nieces and shit, they walk around with aprons and shit on, cleaning, cooking at 8. You feel me? Like preparing tables and shit. Like
And they get
that's what
married
I
at
came
12
from.
too.
I
Huh?
think pull-ups are a tradition too. Like, I don't know, maybe I could be wrong, but I haven't experienced other cultures where, oh, I was just in the neighborhood, I'm just pulling up, seeing how y'all doing, what's going on, what you need. Just pull.
You mean like checking on one another?
Yeah, without having to call first. Everybody knows, oh, you need to call me first. Why would you just?
Kirsten, we got a white person on the panel. It's pulling up. Do white people
Don't
pull
pull
up
up
on
at
each
my
other?
house. Don't pull up.
I agree. Don't pull up at mine.
Wait,
No.
I have heard a Caucasian person where I work, where the family was coming into town, and the wife asked if the cousins could spend the night. He was like, "No, I don't know them, but they're family." Like that has never happened in my family ever before.
No. Well,
Shit, that sounds like some shit I would say. That sounds like some shit I would say. I don't know
In
that.
my family, we don't do that. We don't do, well, back in the day, we didn't do hotels. We got a room together, got it straightened up, and whoever was coming from out of town stayed at our house.
Man, it sounds like a whole bunch of reaching. It sounds like don't nobody have anything that specific, because everything I think I heard people say, I can't tell you every
Okay.
nationality.
Hey,
I mean, you never hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. You never been around a whole bunch of Hispanics? Nobody parties like them.
I haven't. That's why I said I haven't been. I said that. But since we cannot name any real, true, y'all ain't taking it, positive things about the culture, let's name some things about some other cultures.
No,
But that's
so
not the
that's
topic.
what I was finna
That's
say,
not the
because
topic.
at the end of the day,
But that's
right?
not the topic.
I know, I understand that it's not the
But I want
Respectfully.
to ask a question real quick. Can somebody give me the definition of culture? Nobody's gave me the definition of culture.
You say it on
Somebody-
every show, Ski. It's a location. We know that.
No, I
But
said
that's not-
culture. I didn't say ghetto. So quit trying to jump to conclusions. I
And
said give me a definition of culture.
And I
didn't
only
say
asked my
location.
question because it feels like we're trying to say that we don't have anything.
I'm not saying that.
Have anything positive that we can name. Right. So
Pretty much everything in our culture is the same as everybody else's culture. We just do it our way. Everybody does the same shit. Everybody celebrates. Everybody eats together. Everybody prays together. Everybody do the same shit we do. It just
thank
in their
you.
way.
So why is it our shit is so different?
Because ours is,
It's so
you know why
negative.
ours are
This guy's
publicized.
explaining it to it. Listen to what he's saying, y'all. Listen.
The reason why ours is publicized so much on a higher scale, the violence and shit that takes over, is because it's a small minority of people that's making all of the fucking noise.
And it's
That's
media.
what the problem is.
Social media
And
is
here-
definitely making that bigger too.
Yeah.
Huh?
Social media is making that small portion of people bigger than what it is.
Yeah, but this is what it was put in place for. Like I told you, if you didn't have roaches, it wouldn't be no need for no roach spray.
Can I read?
Elite people make money off the roaches. If they don't have roaches, they can't make money.
Can I read the definition of black culture, or what culture is, just real quick? It says black culture generally refers to the shared traditions, values, artistic expressions, languages, histories, experiences of black of African descent. It is not a single uniform culture. There are many cultures around the world shaped by different countries, histories, and communities. So there's no single one thing that says it's our culture. It's a variety of things in very different genres.
You're
But
right.
we do
You're
have
right.
a lot of culture.
We're asking
And
for
the thing about
positive
it is,
things, though.
hold on.
Basically, what culture is the
But
what identifies us
but
as
then
our
I don't think
kind.
positive. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I don't think positive black women or men or black shit get put to the forefront all the time, because everybody on this panel knows there's a narrative that's going on, that's been going on for a long time. So let's not forget that too. Not saying that we don't step into the narrative, we don't perpetuate it, we don't nothing, but there's also a narrative, because if it was the case about that, we would see more positive that already be there.
Real quick. I'm gonna keep fighting back and keep pushing it back, because, like I said, we keep going back to ignorance. I've listed the things already, and we keep going back, and I understand we threw that away, but still, there's still small, significant portions of what our culture is, which Will mentioned it, but everyone just blew it out their mind. Was like, oh, everyone does that. Okay, it doesn't matter. That's what culture is. And she named out black culture. The definition of culture is the collective programming of a group of minds consisting of shared beliefs, values,
Shared beliefs,
and behaviors. Now,
shared beliefs. There we go.
A shared belief could be Christianity. It
I
could
know,
be a
but like I
cookout.
said, what we did was we threw that away. So now a lot of black people, they're like there's a whole thing, people saying black people aren't a monolith, which that is more than what it is today. Because nowadays you have black people who are Republicans, black people who are Democrats, you have black people who are Muslims, you got black people who are Christians, you got black people who don't believe anything, they just say they're fucking spiritual. Okay, so we get that, but the whole thing is the main point of what black culture is, and sometimes these things aren't good or have good moments, but these are the significant points of black culture, which is music and dance and cookouts, or meals together. That's either a Sunday dinner or usually a cookout that happens. Those are the main two things. If you go to a black neighborhood, those are some things that's probably going to happen. There's a cookout or a dance party.
Well, I don't live in the hood, and I have cookouts.
Well, you don't have to say hood. Black areas
black
around
culture.
black people. Black areas.
I
They
mean,
don't have to be
These motherfuckers, my neighbors love to smell barbecue.
Hey, bro, when you live next door to an Arab, you still smell their food. I mean, they taking their culture wherever they move. It don't matter. Your culture is your culture.
Man, that curry shit stick to the walls.
Boy, never mind. I ain't gonna go there. But let my man finish real quick. Check this out.
Systems in the African American culture.
Value system?
Yes. Name 2 taboos in the African American culture system.
Hold on, my bad. Where'd it go? Oh, there it goes.
The concept of free. You have to have a foundation on which it would balance when you ask for it. Civil rights, they give it to you. You have no culture. Nancy, you've been here, born here. Why would you be surprised if I say African Americans don't have a culture? What, twerking? So anything
but I feel like African American culture has definitely
you say
mainstream.
No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay,
like
fine.
Hip hop, not hip hop. I mean, I don't want to. Yes, I feel like
you haven't thought about it. It's fine. Don't make things up.
I'm not making it up.
Okay,
I feel
then educate me. You feel. You should know. You were born.
She sounds just like us on the show right now.
I sound like y'all. I can explain.
Okay,
You sound like y'all. She don't sound like me. That's not even.
You see why you were being specific with that? Because anybody who encounters you
already
knows you before. If they know you are Haitian, at least 2 things comes to their mind.
What is that?
If they've been to Haiti, they can look at work ethics and they say, yes, Haitians, I know them. Service industry, they know where they do well. Food, they can say yes. And even language, Creole.
Right.
And they can say, oh, I love Haitians. Because they saw the culture in abstract before they encountered you. So people go over the bridge of your culture, your tradition, your customs, and that helps them to know how to
address it.
Exactly.
like soul food would be black culture, right? Not just food. Soul food would be black culture, right? Because everybody barbecues.
I think they got this shit from the slaves. The slave owners, soul food was leftovers.
Correct, but that's whatever it is. Like Earth said, it can be negative at one point, but that's our culture that nobody else does but us. That's our culture. So it can't just be food, right? It has to be a certain kind of food, and so that's what I mean by some of the positive things in our culture. Besides, because
is it really soul food? Really?
Yes, we did it.
Is soul food really our culture? If it was like forced on us, shouldn't culture be considered as something we chose and we all agreed on collectively? I just feel like there's something that was because you got to think. Yeah, that's why I say this is modern day talking, because the original black men didn't eat meat and all that shit. We ate plants and seeds and from the earth and shit. They was eating healthy, bro. They wasn't eating soul food. Soul food is bad for you.
And I'm not saying it's bad. Again, I'm good or whatever you want to call it, but that is our culture. That's it. Nobody else has soul food. Just like, again, everybody has their own kind of food. Go ahead, Kirsten. What you got to say?
Oh, sorry. What about like great storytelling, creativity, innovations? Like, I mean, there's a lot of things.
Man, them inventors is gone. They already dead and invented shit and they gone. These new motherfuckers ain't inventing shit. All they do
They
is
are being stuff. Yes, they are. They just put them on mainstream.
Definitely
They
are.
invented the Pooh Shiesty mask.
This
Not the
is
Pooh
this
Shiesty.
era. This era that we're living in right now is the most untalented era ever in history. Okay, all they doing is copy and pasting. You don't know who would rap or who.
Hey, but hold on.
There's no originality with nobody.
Let's get to
Hold
the
on,
negative.
Mac Let's keep it P
The
though.
point of this conversation, really? What is the point of this conversation?
The point I'm making is, this generation is doing something because they got the internet. They millionaires. We didn't see so many people blow up from just starting out, just
From
talking shit on
stupid
TikTok.
You don't see them blowing up from originality.
Time out.
You see people getting rich off stupid shit.
Hold on. No, Mac Ball. I'm talking about a point. You're saying that this generation has produced more millionaires than our generation because they have all this access to everything. We didn't have none of this
That's
shit.
not the point I'm trying to make.
So what I'm saying, but they're definitely doing more and creating more wealth in a shorter time than we have in our age group to now to them. Yes, we have. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have none of that shit to make monetization off fucking podcasts and all that shit. So they are doing something different than what we was doing. They finding ways to make money without no type of college degree, no nothing. They are doing shit innovative still. Yes, they are, because we on the podcast right now.
It's just not being highlighted. There's a young black girl.
What the internet has done has cut out the middleman, okay? There's no need for creativity no more. There's no need to be smart no more. There's no need to know how to read no more. There's no need to know how to tell time on a clock no more, okay? The skills that we possess as men, you don't have to do that shit no more. And when you look at what people are doing on the internet, people are literally getting rich off stupid shit. I'm going to give you an example. The little African boy, I think they just gave him $700 million and he sits and do this shit. He don't even...
I feel like you're running from the conversation, Mac. I feel like everybody's running from this conversation. Y'all changing the subject on me, y'all. Y'all keep changing it on me, y'all.
I have a question.
Go ahead, please.
Double O, I have a question. What is the purpose of this conversation? I love conversation. I can handle it all day. Are we trying to come up with a resolution? Are we trying to find out where our culture is now? Are we trying to find out what is the point of this conversation? Are we trying to go negative? Because you asked for positivity. I already gave that. I gave that, but then it was shifted. Hold on.
I gave my positive input too.
Right, but then it has now shifted. And so what is the point of this conversation? That's my question.
The first thing we talked about was black culture. And again, the things that you named, I don't agree with that word culture. There's some things that niggas are good at, but I don't think that's our culture altogether. We all don't agree on these things. That's the difference between being good at.
I said strength though. The strength of who we are. That's in our culture. That's the strength of who we are is in our culture. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about darn cookouts and all this kind of stuff. Why is our mind going to, hold on, let me finish. Why is our mind going to food? And it should be way more than that when we're talking about our culture.
Yeah, with all due respect, Queen. With all due respect, Queen, we can't sit here and talk about how strong we are and we can't get along for shit.
You're right.
Yeah.
Like for real. I mean, and here's the thing though. I'm glad you said that, right? Because it has to be a purpose for this conversation. But at the same time, when we have this conversation, we cannot copy and paste. We got to be real and tell it how it is. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a lot of fucked up ways in our culture.
How about let's talk about how we can change the fucked up shit we doing? How about that? Since we can't talk about the shit that we know. But how about we talk about what we can do? How about we talk about what we can do to perpetuate positive Black women, progressive? You know, how about we talk about what we can do to perpetuate a better Black culture? If we can't think about what we are and what is good Black culture, how about on the rest of the show we talk about the ways we can project and present and show what it could be? You know what I mean? How about that?
This is the only way we're going to get back to what we used to be. The Black woman has to come back to the Black man and believe in us again.
I ain't talking about that. I'm not talking about that because that'll take the show to another topic. I'm saying just in general. Like, let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. What we can do is, for me, I'm talking for Sheminsky, what I can start doing and what I feel like maybe can show Black culture, you know, in a different light is if I, you know, go out and start talking to young girls that are aspiring paralegals or want to get in the legal field. You know what I'm saying? Let me go out and try to give information. Let me be more accessible. You know what I'm saying? Let me, let me get online now and start talking, you know, a little more inviting to women or men who interested in the legal profession, or my 4-foot bar who want to be a nail tech. You know, I can start being more open to helping people get into where I'm, you know, whatever. I can be more open to help those who are seeking information about anything legal. I could be a liaison. I could be a middleman. I can help them. You know, that's one way I can help perpetuate the Black culture.
You're saying we should all be mentors? We should all be mentors.
I mean, we could, mentors, be positive, step in all the time. I'm saying we got to start somewhere. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's our problem. We always look, so do. I'm just saying we got to start somewhere. So why not just start with the shit you can pick?
Let me jump in.
Because what you just said.
I understand the conversation, you know, understanding what is exactly Black culture. That's the point. And a lot of people, we're naming things that is positive about Black culture, but really we're identified by negative things for our culture at the moment.
Correct.
So that's the truth of it.
That's a problem.
That's what it is. You know, we're known for our music, but the music isn't good anymore. We're known for and that the music that goes from even all the way back to poets from back in our day, even, you know, spirituals that we used to sing all the time back in the day. So music has always been an identifier of the African American people that came from the United States. Another thing was dance. Every time we come with our dance, it goes viral all the time. Most Black people come with most of the dances that happen around the world, and that's just the truth of it. And we're also known for gang banging. You know, that's. I mean, don't get me wrong. Obviously, that's not everyone's identity, but that's one of the sore things that sticks out to most people when they look at Black culture. Another thing is soul food. People look and say, "Oh, they know how to cook some good chicken." You know what I'm saying? These things. Another thing too is Black people are very welcoming. They're gathering during their gatherings. That's why I mentioned the cookout, because in those situations, Black people are very, very welcoming to a lot of different cultures to come in. That's what we do. We connect. We're gatherers amongst people. We used to be in villages all the time, so that's just in nature into us from what our culture is. But sadly to say, a lot of people just don't want to say the things because a lot of the things that we are identified to other cultures are negative, and that's just what it is. But we do have a lot of positive insight of our culture. It's just a lot of that is not as shown to the outside world, to other cultures.
Do you think the internet makes the ghetto behavior seem more pervasive than it actually is?
Yes, that is 100% true. We see a lot of ghetto shit that happens, but people forget Most of the time, that's only probably in 3 to 4 cities, even though most black people are sitting in only about 6 cities. So, but those are very conducive areas that a lot of things happen in. So I know it's still very, very, and another thing too, not even that. The main issue is we need to stop pushing that shit. That's the main thing with the black culture. We see something negative, we're sharing it too much where it gets out to other culture to see.
I was watching this Dr. Umar interview the other day, and he said something that I thought was interesting, where he basically said black people are addicted to chaos. Basically, he said we love reality TV shows where motherfuckers is fighting. We love hip hop where things is chaos. He said we're just attracted to it. He said that's one of our downfalls, is that we just whenever if there's no chaos in it, then we're not interested in it. And I thought that was telling. Y'all agree with that?
They got some truth in it, because that's how I am when I go on cruises. That's why I only go on Carnival. I don't go on all them bougie ass, uppity ass cruises, because there's too many bougie motherfuckers on there. I don't like all that shit. I like to be around hood shit. So I get on Carnival cruise because it's guaranteed to be a fight and some niggas on that motherfucker, and it's very entertaining. Straight up.
I'm glad it wasn't a fight on my Carnival cruise, but I'll definitely want to have the bougie experience. I ain't with all
Voyage
that.
is nice.
So real quick, like this is true, with what he says, but I just want to explain to her how we got here is a lot. This, like I said, black culture got splitting up and we got broken down. Everyone knows the history. If you don't know the history, you need to pick up a goddamn book. But the main thing is, a lot of people that was ready for the revolution was subjugated and pushed to a lot of hold that thing in, and a lot of the previous generations that grew up in that chaos, so that's all they knew. So they basically raised us in that situation to understand, this is sometimes it has to be like that, which that's not true. It doesn't have to be like that. So a lot of people were able to, all right, I can be able to enjoy the bougie stuff. I can integrate into a peaceful session, but then there's other people like, nah, we still need to fight the power. We still need to keep pushing. But a lot of the people that still want to fight the power, they're like, all right, let's do it in a more calmly integrating way. So there's still a divide of an inner trauma with the black community, where some people, as a culture, still feels tied down. So there's a need to break loose and feel chaos. In my opinion, I may be just throwing theories out there, but that's just from what we see out of history.
The biggest threat facing the black community today is pathological selfishness.
How can we get to a point of where we're unified in that way? What are we lacking?
Most black people were not raised in a village. We were raised in a family, maybe a religious order, which may have parroted a village, but we were never actually raised in a village. So we never had the collective consciousness that says everyone in this neighborhood is my priority. We never really had that. So despite the impact of white supremacy, despite that, because that is our major problem, but internally, it's the pathological selfishness. You can bail out. Whereas if you look at the Mexican community, if you look at the Chinese, you look at the Jews, the Arabs, the Anglo-Saxons, there is no such thing as abandoned village.
You can hear the hurt in me.
I think that's just our.
He lied. I want to go ahead and make that clear. The last part, he lied. They do abandon some of their people. We all have a term for it. We call our people ratchet, but we want to hold on to those people. Like if you're missing out on the culture, a lot of cultures do push you out on the side. That's what they do. So
white people the most.
I'm not about to let him lie about that. That's not true.
And I want to say this too. Hold on. I'm sorry, Chaz. Go ahead. My bad, Chaz.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say too, nah, that whole village shit, I disagree because when I grew up in Memphis and when I moved to Indianapolis and when I moved off of 10th Street, everybody was your auntie. Everybody could tell Vivian we was at Brookside Park. We was supposed to be at home. God damn it. You know what I'm saying? Miss Shirley could tell me at the candy store, I'ma tell Vivian, I'ma tell William. You know what I'm saying? I got my ass whooped, I got on a punishment. I could be wherever an adult could correct me that was in my neighborhood. We did grow up. We knew to come home before the lights came on. We knew to not go home with who we left with. I don't give a fuck if they lived on the next street or your neighbor or whatever. We knew that. That was like a implied thing. So I disagree with our Dr. Umar on that. Now I would say now these new age generation kids, you can't say shit to them. You can't nothing. You know, the mama want to beat your ass up, all that shit. But back when I grew up, we did grow up in that village where, you know, people corrected us and told us what to do. And, you know, we listened. We didn't talk back. We didn't stomp off because you knew they was going to call your mom or daddy and beat your ass for that shit.
And I think that's what I was gonna touch on, Ski. Like the village just recently, I don't know if this page is the right word, but whatever.
That's the right word.
Because my parents, they were born in the 60s. They grew up with the village. They grew up, my dad grew up in the projects, my mother, 34th Street. Like everybody was the village and could do exactly everything that Ski said, and everybody looked out for each other. There were a lot of single mothers. There were lots of kids, and everybody, had the kids had respect for the adults, and adults had respect for each other. I think, for my generation, I'm 37. We grew up under our parents. We like, I don't want to. A lot of us are, I don't want to do that, and I'm not going to make my kids do that when I have kids, and felt some type of way, and we're not raising. A lot of us aren't raising our kids how our parents raised us, and that's where we have the disconnect and the chaos.
I'm gonna step in here. Can I step in here really quick?
Please.
Okay, so I just talked about this on podcast last week. It should be airing tomorrow. But I just talked about the same thing where I talked about a generation that we came from. I'm 47. The generation I came from, I was very, very blessed and fortunate to have my mother and father in the home until they parted ways, until they both died. And so I was fortunate to have that. But my mother and father, they didn't play. Us as children, we didn't go everywhere. We didn't, our parents were just firm and they were very overprotective. So the whole thing is, I just talked about this and said the same thing that Chaz just said. The generation has changed. And when we were younger, all we said was, at a certain point, we said, well, I'm not raising my kids like that. And that's exactly what we did. We changed how we raised the kids, but we changed it in the wrong direction. You should still have the same morals and values, but you change a little bit how you deal with your children. If I can remember back, my parents loved me a certain type of way, but it was through firmness. It wasn't through hugging. It wasn't through kissing. So now I figure, well, as I raise my kids that I have now, I do a little bit more hugging. I do a little bit more kissing, but those morals and values that came from my parents still stick within me, and I still teach them that way. I think we got the equation wrong because we wanted to just we just didn't want to raise our kids like our parents raised us. But there is some good in how our parents raised us. The generation is changed and it's so much different now. These kids will outsmart us if we're not careful. But the whole thing is we changed the equation, and we did the equation wrong by changing things that did not need to be changed. And I'll leave it there.
You know what we done. This is what we did to these kids.
Wait, I just wanted to say something before you go real quick. I want to say what you said earlier after this whole conversation. I heard what you said, and I agree with you now from earlier what you said. But we don't want to get in that conversation. Like I said, that conversation too deep. And it ties into selfishness, but yeah, go ahead.
To piggyback off what she said, as far as how we raise these kids, right? Notice I told y'all I had 5 baby mamas, and I raised. Well, one of my daughters passed away, but I got 4 children, right? And all my kids are different. My kids are traditional people, like we was in the 80s and 90s, living in the 2026, because I beat they motherfucking ass. I ain't play no games with my kids, because as far as how we was raised, I wasn't raised. The streets raised me. And I wasn't gonna let my kids run wild. They was my motherfucking responsibility. And if my son go out here and kill a motherfucker, it's gonna look bad on me. Cause he didn't have no mama. He had a father. And I wasn't for none of this shit at all. And as far as what we did wrong, this is what we did wrong in the new generation. What we did was, a lot of us in my generation have this I didn't have syndrome, because mom and daddy probably wasn't doing so good where they probably had to, a lot of us had these war stories where we had to share clothes with our brothers, and we grew up with roaches and rats, and we grew up in poverty on food stamps and all this kind of shit. And so when we had kids, we grew up in a more modern era, so we was able to make more money than the people before us. And so when we had kids, so now we grew up in a more modern era. So can y'all hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you
I get
good.
some echo or something going on. But what I was saying was this: what we did was, because of we didn't grow up with, we gave our kids what we didn't have instead of making them earn that shit. And what we have now is a bunch of ungrateful ass kids that don't appreciate shit, and they don't give a fuck about leadership. They don't respect parents. They don't respect elders. They don't do none of that shit, because we didn't get them that hard discipline. We like the mama's love. This is why it's important to have a father in the household, because mothers are going to naturally nurture the child. You're going to naturally be passive. That's your job. That's the balance of a family. That's why it needs to be a man there. So when you start too much nurturing, it's my job to say, no, fuck that. Your ass in trouble. You're not getting over on me like you get over on your mama. That's when you instill shit like that in your kids, it gives them a sense of they make better decisions because they given consequences. And then when you make them take out the garbage, wash the dishes, wash clothes, give them chores, do shit, you make them earn their money, they respect it more. These new kids,
When you
we
got a
just like,
foundation.
I'm not whooping my kid. Or you see it now. These motherfucking kids is getting $10,000 fucking proms. They Ferraris and Lamborghinis and shit for prom, and these motherfuckers can't even read.
Ma, did you see
We
the
have the
video?
worst culture in the world. We have the most embarrassing culture in the world. It's so blatantly obvious. It's not even a discussion. When we sit here and we talk about the crack babies, that fit in all white kids and all that. Yes, but that's not their culture. That's not their culture. That's anecdotal. Those are situations that happens specifically to them types of people. Just a couple, just a few, just a couple of 100,000. That's not their culture. The ghetto proms. That's our culture now. When you live in a 2-bedroom apartment with 6 kids, single mom, and she puts a red carpet out, and they went and bought an $800 suit, renting a Maserati all along, knowing that you could barely pay the electric bill. That's a culture thing. When we look at some of the things that we do compared to other races, even when we speak of Hispanics, you know what their culture is? 2-parent households. Catholics. Go to church on Sunday. Little Hector's got a rosary around his neck. Those are culture things. Piñatas at birthday parties. That's their culture. Our culture, unfortunately, is the embarrassing culture. It really is. And I don't know how we can even debate it.
LetCha Know.
So yeah.
I don't know why AI used a white dude to say that, but I get it.
That was D. That was D, Bob.
That was a dude that was just on the show.
That was D.
Yeah.
That's
No, it's right though. It's on the money.
So when he was asking me like, what's the point of this conversation? That video right there got crazy traction on our end. You know what I mean? And so there was a lot of people agreeing with it, disagreeing with it, and then so when we started talking about asking people about, so what is the positive thing of the culture? I've been finding that the people are hesitant to go outside of, like we talked about, outside of entertainment, music, and sports. Nobody really had anything else to say. And like Irv said, maybe it's because they just don't know their history or whatever. But that's why I wanted to ask. And then I wanted to see how fast motherfuckers can come up with negative shit. Because you saw how quick we got right into Pooh Shiesty masks and all the negative things that come. Because we can come up with those easy. off top every day real fast. But I just thought it was interesting how difficult it was, not even just for us, but even the girl in that video, even though she was a Haitian American, but she was even hesitant to say hip hop culture because, again, when she said it, it is Black culture, but she's hesitant to say it because it causes so much negative today. But we still got to own it, like Herb said.
So I want to bring up something too that we all touched on, but no one brought up the big point, because I know first we brought up selfishness, then we brought up how you know, we want to live better than what our parents lived back in the day, and then we brought up of how there is no village and everything. Let me listen, and this is why I said I agree with Macmile what he said earlier. In our culture, we did have a village back in the day, but a lot of people didn't like how that was. A lot of people didn't like how that village was. There were secret families. There were secret families. There were secret babies. My grandma had a baby on grandpa, which he didn't know about it. But grandma didn't tell that to her daughter. He told her she got cheated on. Your grandpa had a whole different family on the other side, but your grandfather knew that you wasn't his. He still took care of it. So a lot of that was going on, but no one wanted to keep doing that anymore. Everyone didn't want to keep the secret, so everyone threw the secret out and was like, nope, we're not doing none of that. So now, instead of saying, nah, we both made mistakes, we're going to stick together, everyone's like, nah, I'm going to go my own way. That is what happened, because you can go back in your family tree. I bet you there's a whole bunch of people around here that has, who you probably don't even know. That's why people didn't do DNA tests. They just trusted it.
I have a question.
Your brother probably wasn't your brother, but your grandpa knew and he took care of him. Your grandma knew she had her husband had another family on the other side, and when he came around, they knew they just wasn't friends. But she accepted it because she knew she had some baggage too. So
well, not only that, women really didn't have that many rights, so they didn't have to ride the wave. But go ahead, Carson. What's the question?
So, in any other culture, was the man taken out like the Black culture?
Hell no.
You said what?
But in any other culture, was the man taken out of the house like the Black culture?
No.
No.
I think that's a big part of it.
I think that's what
Ding,
Black was
ding,
saying earlier.
ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, like I said, there was definitely an attack on the Black family when you start talking about welfare, the Welfare Act.
Yeah, the man in the house rule.
Correct. And not saying there wasn't white families affected, but it's a known fact that was made in order to affect the Black family. So yes, right. There's always been a hunt on us. You know what I mean? So
do you live by it though? Because the thing is this, listen, you can change more than you think. Yeah. So the thing is, we feed into a lot of stuff too. We don't want to change our mindset to think greater than what it is. That's how we can sit here and come up with so much negative stuff versus positive stuff. So the whole thing is, you don't have to feed into that system, but we the ones feeding into that system. The system was made for us to feed into it. Now, I remember being brought up and my dad said, never argue with a fool. And I said, well, why? He said, because if you're arguing with a fool, who's the fool?
You.
So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. We don't have to feed into certain things. That's why I said when we talking about all these things about if we can lay down together, we should be able to come up with a plan.
Right.
To make it work for us, that we don't have to keep going this way. And I get that sometimes people just get into situations and sometimes you can't come out quick enough. But the problem is with us is that we use the system. We use it, but we never try to get off of it. Go on and use it if you need it, but try to get off of it. Wing yourself off of it and then go back to what you need to go back to.
Can I step in here real quick? Can I just say something real quick? I kind of want to address Kirsten and Q's. Kirsten was right. So let me just explain the no man in the house rule, right? white women and women of other race could count their husbands in their homes. It was only the black people that couldn't. And I'm not saying that that should be the main issue that makes that people piggybacking and can't get off of, or can't get away from. But I just like people to understand the mental, the mental strain and the shit that was on the backs of the black women and just the black family, period. You go from being connected at the hip to not being able to be in the house, to parent, to show up, to be that, to be that bumper for the boys and the girls and just the household overall. Because I was blessed to have my daddy till I was 41. Wake up, nigga. What'd you say? But I'm just saying, like, I just feel like, the black man, the black family has been in the motherfucking think tank since the early 1700s. You know what I'm saying? So people strategically did things to, fuck with our mind, our mental, our thinking, everything. But hold on one second though. I'm just saying, I'm not saying that because I'm not a victim person. I'm all about being a victor, right? So let me just say that I'm never a victim. But what I'm saying is people forget the brain, the mental capacity, and the way that things perpetuate repetitiously, propaganda, everything, and people losing everything, and just the whole dynamic of the black family. The black family was studied to get broken because they know when the dynamics of the black family is how it should be, it's too powerful, it's too done, it won't be none of this bullshit. It'll be a whole different era of black life in the world. You know what I'm saying? They know that. So they put so much thought into breaking us down, and they knew our man, our king, our alignment next to God is the center. Of the shit. They removed that. And
I'm glad you brought that up.
So removing that man from that structure of that home with those boys and them young ladies and shit, they knew what the fuck that was gonna do. And us black women, we strong as hell, but we still need that motherfucking man, and we still need that cornerstone in that motherfucking house.
And that's true. And that's true. And because we know that, we have a responsibility to fix it. That's my point.
My question is, why? What makes the black family stronger than every family, other family? Why is
we
the
are
black
the
man
original. Because we are the original. Because we are the beginning. We are the true people. We are the ones who lead. That's what we do. We are the beginning and the end, nigga. That's why. Because we are I am. That's why.
Another reason is now she said that, but another reason is we are connected to everybody.
Right.
To every race, we're connected.
What do you mean by that?
I'm gonna leave it, but we're connected to everybody. That's why we are who we are.
Yeah, we are the beginning. You see them
bones? So because of that, like, do you understand how crazy that might sound to somebody? Like, if
I don't care.
I know you don't care. I know you don't care. I'm just saying, if I'm a Mexican dude and I got a Mexican wife at home, and I'm hearing people say, "Yo, they stronger than me just because they black," you know how crazy that sounds?
Hey, but guess what? The scientists will tell you we non-ether on the DNA, baby. We non-ether, baby. We non-ether. Everybody fixing them.
I'll give you a better reason. Better reason is written in American history. The government literally is documented. The government literally tried to take us down. That's literally that's the evidence right there. That's all you got to say.
What other rights do you have that is just a threat to America? And we don't even do nothing.
Say it again.
Come on now. The strength and the power. See, the world really knows. I mean, we can sit here and we can act funny and we can think this is a joke. But the reality is there is so much power in us. We just don't use it.
Nope.
It is a done deal if we conquer.
It ain't no coincidence that Russia and them, everybody releasing all they little old paintings, and everybody know who we are, but we do. Only people who don't know is us. We the only ones who don't really know and ain't stepped into what we supposed to be stepping into. That's the problem.
That's
you gotta understand how crazy that sound, though, yo. That's just crazy.
Those who know.
No. Wait, what part sound crazy? What I said about the government that is literally in history that the government
No. I mean, they can cover that. I can say, hey, yeah, I did it because I just don't like you niggas. I don't got to do it because of you two being
oldest person in the world is Lucy.
Better.
The oldest person bones in the world is Lucy, and she's a colored, ancient African, Lucy. Lucy, 65,000 years old bones, baby. She's
Nah, her
black.
bones is 2 million years old, baby.
Well, however many, yeah, correct me, thank you. But she's black. Blacker,
Yeah.
blacker, 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 blacker.
I understand that, but that still sounds crazy that you're going to tell me just because you're black and your man is black.
No, it's not. We're not saying
Well,
just
okay,
because you're
so this
black.
is what
That's
she's
not what we're
saying.
saying.
The
That's not.
black people,
Go
the
ahead,
black
go ahead.
African gene is the strongest. It's the strongest gene on planet Earth.
There
Every
we
other
go.
gene is recessive.
There we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
This is why no matter who we fucking have a baby with, it look like a nigga.
That's right.
Even another example to even clear that up is you can bring up the story out of Lex, where they still her DNA today for scientific experiments. So, like, that's the genetic DNA.
You think they be trying so hard to tear this and propaganda and show all this shit and do all this shit to us if we was just some bozos from the jungle?
Right.
Hell
Right.
no.
Right.
Look at it.
So you're saying basically,
like the movie
it's
in
because
85.
so she says to protect themselves as far as being extinct.
Pretty much.
Gotcha.
You said what? Who being extinct?
White people.
They know they time up.
They will. This is why a lot of them are mixing with black people to keep their bloodline going, because
And there's no black.
so
There's
the
no
thing about
black.
it is everything about white people that makes them white is what's really killing them, because like even with blue eyes, like the typical blonde hair, blue-eyed woman.
Hey,
Blue eyes are recessive as eyeballs. Okay. And she is subject to have eye problems quicker than you. The darker your eyes, the more melanin is in them. The lighter they are, the weaker they are. Just like even with their hair. You notice when white people, when they sweat at the gym, they smell like hyenas and shit. They hygiene.
Okay, now.
No, because because I'm very educated in this era. That's why I just be quiet and let y'all talk before I say something. So the black man and the black woman is the only 100% human on the planet Earth. Okay. White people are like 98% human, and like they got not monkey, but they have like the dog gene. They have a dog gene in it. And this is why their hygiene is like that. This is why when they sweat, they smell like that. This is why they able to eat medium rare fucking bloody meat and don't get sick.
Yo,
okay, hold on.
You were trying to get my show canceled. It's over. No, listen, no, it's over. It's over for the show. It's over. It's done. Go ahead, Kirsten. What's what you got to say? It's the last show. Go ahead.
Well, I do not smell like a hyena or a dog.
No. I'm not saying you do. What I'm saying is I work out with white people. When we be in the steam room, it smell like dog in there. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's your opinion.
I mean, that's a fact. It ain't an opinion. I smell the shit.
Well, I don't know what funky white people you're hanging around, but okay.
So do you know that y'all have animal DNA in y'all? Do you know that?
I can tell. Yeah, I got some dog in me. Sure.
No, I'm just saying, just like I'm not even on no funny. I'm not even on no funny shit. I'm being like scientifically.
No, I don't.
Yeah, scientifically, white people have a dog gene in them, and this is why y'all able to eat rare blood
The
meat.
Neanderthal gene. Quit saying dog.
Okay, but
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same gene. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm gonna
no matter how you cover it up, it's the same gene.
No, we're just saying the correct name for correct purposes. It's the
Okay,
Neanderthal.
Neanderthal blood. Okay, and and this is why the sun gives white people skin cancer a lot. They have to wear sunscreen a lot because the black gene, the sun energizes us. This is why when it rain outside, black people don't do shit. You get muggy and shit because the sun gives you energy. When the sun comes out, you want to come outside. You see what I'm saying? When the sun come out for white people, it actually kills them. Like real shit. Look this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
People of non-African descent. Listen, people of non-African descent typically inherit 1% to 2% Neanderthal DNA due to interbreeding between archaic humans and Homo sapiens thousands of years ago. These genetic remnants influence modern traits like hair texture, immunity, and circadian rhythms. though much of it remains
Wow.
dormant of non-coding.
You
Who
know what
has it?
Cacadian mean, right?
I
Oh
told you.
yeah,
That's
It might be a little
K9.
something.
K9.
What?
Who
That's
has it?
interesting.
While originally thought to be exclusive to European and Asian populations, modern genomic mapping has revealed faint traces of Neanderthal DNA in the African population as well, largely due to back migrations from ancient Europeans. So it came from Europeans.
Told you, Neanderthal. I know my history. I'm an avid reader, y'all, just in case y'all ain't know.
Man, ain't no telling what the fuck we is now in 2026. Shit, honestly, because my grandfather is Puerto Rican and my great grandfather is French. So ain't no telling who the fuck they daddies and shit was. So
It was Black Frenchmen, though. Black people have been everywhere. We've been in every continent. We've been on
yeah.
every piece of soil.
That's
So,
why I
you
say
know,
I
we
we
are.
the
mean, it
most powerful.
begins with the black gene. I don't give a damn how, like, any race you start, if they dig far back enough, it's a nigga in there. I don't give a fuck what you say. It's a
That's a
nigga in
fact.
there somewhere.
Actually, they made it bad for themselves.
What you mean?
Where everything came from, if you think about it, slavery, all that kind of stuff, all that, it was meant for another reason, but they made a mistake.
Well, no, all these things that the government is running, so the Illuminati and the royal
Hmm.
families and all that shit originated in Africa. That was our shit. See, you got to
Right.
understand the motherfucking Jews, the Jewish community, and I don't want to, go into the anti-Semitic shit, but that's kind of how the United States started. This is why Israel run this motherfucker.
Can't
Hmm.
say you're not anti-Semitic because you're Semitic because you're a black man. Yes,
No,
you
There
no,
are.
was
I
there,
don't want to. I
there
don't want
was
to because I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I can speak on and what I can't because I'm
yeah. There will be no small hat disrespecting on this show. Go ahead,
right.
Nate.
No,
Go ahead.
There will be
I
no.
wasn't gonna be disrespectful, but what I'm saying is I don't know what topics that we can actually talk on without no issues
I
because
said that's a crazy look, but just the same thing. That's just crazy as hell that we even got to say that, and that's all I'm gonna say.
absolutely. I feel the same way. See, on my channel, I go. I don't give a shit, but I gotta respect his channel.
Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. No small hat disrespect. I know how they get down. No.
Yeah, but ultimately, is the things that's implemented in this world started in Africa. There was some things that was obviously conquered. All the secrets is in Vatican and all that kind of stuff. And with the whole Christopher Columbus discovered the United States and all that, that plant that's a whole Jewish movement. They came and took them some land and they run it the way they want to run it. And this is a
Hmm.
result of what we're doing right now. So yeah.
No, that's real. That's real.
But all these policies and all this, these secret societies and the Baphomet and the Illuminati and the Masonry with the degrees, all that started in Africa. All this odd shit, bro.
All of it.
Yeah, all this shit started in Africa, bro. Even with the story of um the story with the story of Jesus, is carved in the bricks in Africa, but it wasn't Jesus, it was another dude. So
Wake up, nigga.
so yeah.
in the
And now
hieroglyphics.
you can't argue with shit been carved in brick for like 400
Right.
some thousand years.
Right. Yeah. Right. Some shit just ain't even debatable at that point. I'm with you.
Right, you feel me? So yeah, man, Africa, man, listen, black people are the originators of everything, bro. Like we so powerful, like she was saying, like we don't even know it, bro. But what y'all don't understand is the society is built to keep us weak as black people, from even the music we listen to the food we eat. So the food we eat lowers our frequency because we don't supposed to be eating meat. That's number one. Then the music that they play, and you can look this up, they play music on a certain frequency, bro,
The 808.
that demonizes
808.
your spirit.
The 808. Yeezy talked about it. The 808. The 808.
Man, listen,
Boom like
it's
the
crazy.
808.
It's crazy, man. They working on us, and now they didn't start. I seen earlier today the FDA just approved the Warren Buffett or the one some program with the fake meat. Now they approved it, so now
Oh
they
my
finna
gosh.
laser in meat and all the meat in the grocery stores, and they teamed up with Tyson chicken.
Ew.
So we finna be getting fake meat. They gonna make me go fishing and catch my shit.
We should be already doing that.
That's why.
I mean, I go fishing anyway, so it's second nature to me. That's how I used to. I had a garden in my backyard, and I went fishing, caught my meat, and I ate for free.
That's nice.
I'm a country nigga. Shit, just because I got a little money don't mean I lost my roots. I'm very frugal. I get in the mud, goddamn it. Fuck that shit. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I dig me a garden. I planted all my herbs and vegetables and everything I needed. Went out on the lake, caught me a couple fish, cut the motherfuckers up, ate for free off the earth.
Beautiful.
You save a lot of money doing that shit too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, check this out, I want y'all to see this real quick.
It has crossed the nuclear line, and that is the United States. The US dropped 2 nuclear bombs on Japan during World War II. The first was on Hiroshima and the second on Nagasaki. The bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima was called the Little Boy. It killed 150,000 civilians in seconds. The Little Boy holds the title for the most deaths caused by a single weapon. 81 years have gone by, but Japan still battles with the bomb's radiation. Fast forward to this week, the United States has inducted a new nuclear weapon. It is called the B6113. And do you know what's frightening? This bomb is 13 times lighter than the one dropped on Hiroshima, but 24 times more powerful. Wow. Our next report gives you all the details.
The United States has just inducted one of its deadliest weapons, the 13th edition of the B-61 gravity bomb, also known as the B-6113. And Washington calls the induction diamond stamping. Sounds glamorous, right? But in the world of weapons, a diamond doesn't symbolize love. It symbolizes readiness. So when the US says it has diamond stamped the B-6113, what it really means is that the bomb is officially part of the nuclear arsenal. So what exactly is the B-6113? This is the 13th edition in the B-61 nuclear bomb series. This is a gravity bomb, also known as a freefall bomb. It doesn't have a motor or engine to power it. It relies solely on gravity when dropped from an aircraft. Now let's look at the firepower inside it. The bomb is small in size.
Watch this shit right here. Watch this shit right here.
It is 12 feet long and only 13 inches wide, but it has a hardened nose cone, which means it can penetrate bunkers and carry out the nuclear explosion even underground. Basically, it can wipe out cities, but also mountain ranges, and it weighs just 320 kilograms. That's 13 times lighter than Little Boy, the nuclear bomb dropped on Hiroshima. But despite its small size and weight, the B-6113 packs a 360 kiloton yield, which makes it 24 times more powerful than Little Boy that was dropped on Hiroshima. And there is only one way to deploy the B-6113, and that is using strategic bombers. Only the B-2 and the B-21 stealth bombers are equipped to drop this bomb. However, they can carry multiple munitions of the B-6113 in one mission. Why is the US inducting another nuclear bomb? Washington says the security environment has changed. Russia is modernizing its nuclear arsenal. China is rapidly increasing its stockpile. North Korea continues with its missile tests. And global competition is increasing. The White House says the US is just keeping pace.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that right there. I thought that was crazy, nigga.
Man, who all think we should scrap the P-31?
Me. I ain't with all that war shit, man. We gotta get rid of that shit. That's doing too much, my nigga.
Yeah, that is. Yeah,
Man, they ain't finna be doing all this
but it's
shit.
like, what are we doing all this for, though? That's the thing. What's the point? You killing people innocent. You got these kids and families being torn apart for this shit, nigga. Y'all up here trying to read y'all pockets with this fake ass, spade ass
For
money.
years and years and years.
Yeah,
and
like
years.
come on,
That's
time's
devastating.
this cow. The cow is dead now. Come on now. Like damn, y'all ain't tired. It's the same script since for the last.
But y'all know why they building them bombs and shit, though? It ain't about going to no war. You got to understand, once you make so much motherfucking money, it ain't no more money to make. Now you want power. And
Yeah.
I
now
get that.
the motherfucking bombs is just power to make people think you're gonna do some shit. They just spending money on stupid
But
shit.
listen, see, America better quit playing with Iran because I believe Iran ain't no plaything. And
Man,
they gave Israel a run for their money though. Listen, everybody said that is Iran. You know what I'm saying? They did. You can look it up. They said
don't nobody
They
want no
said
problems with
Iran.
United States.
And
Nobody.
listen, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that we ain't what we are, but I'm saying people tired of us, bro. People
They
are
can't
tired of
do
our
shit. We
behavior.
bullies. They can't
That's
do
what I'm
shit.
saying. And guess what? You know how bullies end though, right? It is somebody, David and Goliath, Mr. Pastor. Yeah, you can get it. Somebody will get
Yeah,
you. You
but
can't just keep doing what you want. You can't just keep doing what
Keep
you
poking
want.
the bear.
You can't keep poking it because somebody gonna take that little ass pebble and lay your ass down. And you
not
got
with
too
the
many
United
people.
States. They ain't. They
Hey,
ain't
I'm
going.
telling you, that's
I'm
what
with you,
that's what
Mac.
you think.
I'm with you,
David
Mac.
thought
United States ain't
he
going.
wasn't going, but guess what? Goliath thought he wasn't going either, didn't he? And his ass
Yeah,
dropped.
that's a
I'm
character in
saying,
the book, baby.
and
We
that's
talking about
it.
United
No,
States.
we talking about real life because God is the control. Guess what? If he
Amen.
keep poking, somebody's gonna whoop our ass, and I ain't ready
Yep.
to go. Quit playing
Man,
with us.
ain't no motherfucker gonna do shit to
Nah.
United
I want
States.
the
Not a
Simpson. I want
damn
the
thing.
Simpson episode
I'm
to
with
come
you, Mac.
true. The Simpson
Yeah.
episode need to come on true because the Simpsons
Uh-huh.
been telling the truth the whole
Yes.
time, and we need to get on. We
Yeah.
can get on.
Yes.
No,
Simpson
it's all good.
episode.
You can have some good
No.
points, but I'm telling you what's real. Don't no motherfucker
And I'm
want
telling
no
you, the Simpson
problems with us.
episode is real
No
too.
problems. We
This
got way more
episode is real too.
military than any motherfucking country in the
Man,
world.
they military is tired. Our military is getting indicted, getting locked up because they said they're not doing
Man,
stuff.
you must don't know how big the United States Army is.
No,
Our shit is like 3 times bigger than
Our
everybody
military,
else
listen to
shit.
what I'm saying. It don't matter if our military is tired. They not ready to die. Ain't nobody about to die for this shit, man.
You
People
crazy
tired
as
of
hell. They
this.
got plenty
Man,
white
please.
boys and plenty
Yeah.
everybody want to die.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a fact.
You
Hey,
tripping.
I'm not done.
That's a
Hey,
fact.
Remember,
Hey,
remember back in my
them-
day when they was recruiting us and forcing us to go to the service because they
man,
was
no.
putting niggas on the front line.
No.
They don't got to do that no more because niggas is
No.
signing up for that shit now.
Nah, they doing a draft. They about to start drafting people. Boy,
They
they
ain't
got
gotta draft
legislation
no
at the
motherfucker.
they got legislation on the books, man. Come on, you information friendly. Look it up. I'm just saying,
Well,
y'all drafting people because ain't nobody signing up.
they-
Recruiters ain't calling your house. Recruiters ain't outside. Recruiters ain't at the mall. Recruiters ain't nowhere because ain't nobody's trying to sign up because people being
You know
realistic,
why?
open up their third eye. Ain't
You
nobody
know
doing that
why?
shit, man.
Because they trying to get TikTok dances and make it on the
No,
internet
they
now.
not.
Ain't nobody trying
No,
to go
that's
to
just
war.
no.
That's why.
No.
But our military is still quite big.
Our military is fatigued and tired.
I'm
That's what our
motherfucking
military
like them
is.
white boys ready
Hold
to
on, hold
kill
on,
some
hold
shit.
on. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. What's
No,
up?
I'm just saying, like, obviously, like, you can't underestimate the United States military. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, like, one thing, United States is not going to get attacked. And if we get attacked, it's going to be by huge bombs where no one's surviving. But that's not going to happen anytime soon because then that's called war. That's called ending the world. And no one's going to end the world off of because they don't like the United States. They're trying to wait for making sure we implode first. But that's probably not going to happen either. That's why the rich is gonna keep getting rich and look like and plus you talking about the military's tired. That's why they're using drones now. Like most people don't even have to go to war. They use drones. Don't get me wrong. They gotta like Mac is right. You are underestimating how big the United States. Like we still got people. Like we have people in like over 100 countries, and it's stacked up everywhere. So you can't just we're ready to go all the time, and that's why people don't like us because we're there and we ready to go. So
man, we fucking bullies. Every time we want some shit, we taking that shit. You see what's going on? The United and far as like in the world. See, you got to understand, like we're in a technology world now, and they spend billions of dollars on NASA shit and the defense of this country. That's what most of our money goes to, the defense of this country and space, right? So now they have radars around this motherfucker orbiting, right? If any one of them motherfuckers set off anything, that bitch would be blew up before it even hit the sky. Man, United States don't. Our technology is crazy. Like I watch this kind of shit. Like I listen to Neil deGrasse and all the motherfuckers, bro. Like the technology of the United States, it just fucking amazes me, bro. Like other people got shit, right? But they don't got as much as money as we got because we bagged by royal families, trillionaires. Okay,
Like they
when
said,
when
that Bible
is
is
when
so.
Israel and them got problems, this is why we're their personal army because they funding this motherfucker.
Yeah, even
And
that
that's
Bible ain't
treason.
true.
They
They
the
said they just
reason
And
why
did.
that's
we got
treason. And that's
700,000
treason.
tanks and
That's why
shit.
JFK got out of here because he said you want him to, they want them to sign up and recognize themselves as a foreign entity. And that's why they got JFK out of here. And that should be considered treason. That's what I'm trying to tell everybody. It should be treason what they doing. That shouldn't be the thing we are here like, yeah. No. Because guess
Yeah,
what?
they funded this
Israel
motherfucker.
let us know. Israel let us know that it's them over everybody. Israel don't got no loyalty to nobody. Israel said we'll blow this thing up before we let anybody bow down. So they don't bow
What
down to
them
us.
is where all the royal families at. They got the
There
bread
ain't
that
the
run
people
our
that's there ain't
army.
no royal families. The people that's in there
What?
right now is Ashkenazi Jews. Them is
Girl,
not the
girl,
people.
you tripping. You
Boy, quit
tripping.
playing. No,
You
you're
tripping.
tripping. You tripping if you think
You
them people
see
over
when
there
they
that's in
got
that
some
place.
problems.
Boy, be quiet.
Listen,
Okay,
the United States is not sending their whole motherfucking army to defend no poop put
okay.
ass
The
niggas.
people that's in Israel right now is not the true people that's supposed to be over there, and
Man,
I
I'm
believe it
trying
is
to
that.
tell you, that's their
They don't
own
like.
land.
They can't
That
even
is
be in
their
the
own
sun out
land
there.
where they
They can't
got
even be in the
they live
sun.
with
How
tigers
you
and
from the
bears and
how you
shit.
from the Middle East and you won't even have no melanin in your skin? You would die if you just was really out there. That's you, boy, boo. Ashkenazi Jews.
That's not the point, baby.
All
What I'm
Boy,
right.
boo.
Let's say, 'cause
Anyway.
y'all not even listening to each other talk. Y'all just going back and forth. Y'all don't even want to hear each other, so it don't even point to going there. Let's end this show. I got one topic I want to end this show with. I'm gonna start with you, Q. Is there a such thing as a monogamous alpha male, or is that an oxymoron? Okay, Q's not around. Kirsten, I'm gonna ask you. You there, Kirsten? All right. I'm gonna go with you, Herb. We're gonna start with you, Herb. Is there a such thing as a monogamous alpha male?
I want to say yeah, but when I think about it, I'm like, I can't even think of one that comes to my mind too much. Usually, but I'm gonna have to say no to that. I'm gonna say yeah. I'm gonna say yeah, but most of them aren't. Let me say that. I'm gonna say yeah.
Give me a percentage. Give me a percentage of that are not.
Man, I'm gonna say, cause like also too, it really depends on how much money you got. So I'm gonna really say probably like, well, see, actually I ain't gonna lie, that don't even matter too. So I'm gonna say about 30%. I'm gonna say 40% is monogamous.
40% of alpha men are monogamous.
Listen, that's kind of listen. I'm just guessing because that is a tough question because it is when you're saying that it sounds like an oxymoron because when you're thinking of if you're talking about an alpha male, I'm gonna just say a person who gonna get what he wants. That's what I'm hearing. And if a dude like what he see, most dudes gonna get what they want. I mean,
let's just say the top 5%.
Respect.
Yeah, like when I say alpha male, I guess I mean like the top 5% of men. You know when they talk about a valuable man and all that. The top 5% of men, do you think they're monogamous? Basically, is what I'm asking. And you're saying 40% of them are?
I'm gonna drop that down to like 30% of them are. 20. I'm gonna say 20.
Kirsten, you back? You there?
I'm so sorry.
No, you
I
good.
am back.
Did you hear the question?
I did not hear the question.
What do you think the percentage is of monogamous alpha men? Do you think alpha men are monogamous?
Like in the United States?
I don't give a fuck where they from. I don't care if they from the moon. If they one of the top 5% of men, meaning they can, they make really, really good money, do whatever they want. Do you think they're monogamous? And what's the percentage you think?
Gosh. I'm gonna go with 20%.
20% are monogamous or are not monogamous?
Are monogamous.
Okay. Q, you back or not? You still gone?
Did you say Q?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So for
Okay.
you, did you hear the question?
Yeah, I heard the question. So I would say maybe 30%.
Matt, what's your answer?
Talking to me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Alpha men, top 5% men, get whatever they want, make great money, got hella options. What's the percentage of them that are monogamous?
0.
0.
Dang.
I'm with you. I'm with Matt. I was surprised when I heard 40, 30, and 20.
Really
40 and
0?
30 is way too high. Y'all super tweak with this shit.
Really 0?
You didn't ask me, and it's, I was gonna say
He
1%.
said the top 5% of men.
And I said
That mean
1%.
that mean a nigga that got the real unlimited bag.
And I said 1% of them.
Fuck no.
I say 1% because I said 1% because you are gonna meet some that are that alpha male, whatever, getting, having everything going his way, like Burger King, McDonald's, but he's gonna come across some women that, can hold his own, that she got her shit together too, and she a part of that 5%, you know what I'm saying? That can grab his attention and keep up with his ass. So you gotta give it
That's
1%
absolutely
probability.
wrong.
I think so. I think 1%.
Top 5% men don't marry top 5% women. That's very
I didn't
rare.
say I said she could be in his top 5%. I'm not saying I didn't say marry. We said monogamous. We didn't say marry. We said
I
monogamous.
mean,
we didn't
if
say
you
marry.
monogamous with a
No,
woman,
that doesn't mean
you at least in a
married. No, it's
relationship,
not.
right?
No, that don't mean that. I'm all about words, and he said monogamy. So I'm saying
So you think a man
1%.
that you just talking to that's in the 5% is monogamous?
I said 1% of them. I said 1% of the men at that time. 1% of men that is
That's
in there.
just talking to a female is monogamous to her, is what you saying.
So
No,
what
They
was,
not in
what
no
was really the
commitment.
question then? What was the
that's
real
what I'm
question?
saying.
The
The question was, do
I
you think an alpha man is monogamous? And
And
he
I said no,
referred
but I
to
said you
he
said
referred to it as
0%.
the top 5% of men. So the question is, do you think the top 5% of men is monogamous? I said no. She said it might be a few of them
I said
based upon
1%.
it ain't none of them.
Look, if like when you said top 5, I'm thinking of, you said financials. I'm thinking of niggas with a whole bunch of money, and I'm saying 20% because I can name a few that are and got married and just stayed with her. I mean, I
Yeah,
could be
they
wrong.
all
Maybe
get married,
got
dog,
caught
but they
up.
still cheat.
Yeah, I was just
Correct.
about to say maybe they never got caught or never got in the news or anything like that. So that's what I said in the beginning. If they're an alpha male, they're gonna go get what they want anyway. So it's like monogamy is not gonna happen. Like it don't gotta be top 5. If he like when I'm thinking alpha, I'm thinking a dude that's gonna go get what he want because he don't care or whose feelings he hurting because he want it. Those like that he ain't gonna be monogamous. It don't matter if he got
Alpha
money.
men aren't jerks though. All alpha men are not players and jerks and Jezebels and whores. Some of those top quality men that's in that percentile that got everything they want, got their life moving and got whatever. You know what I mean? Some of them do want to, maybe only deal with one person.
It's not about the women. It's not about the cheating. It's about alpha men. Alpha men like to control their situations and they like to do what they want to do.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
what I'm saying is this: he might not be a cheater, but if he go out one day and he sees something he want to fuck, he gonna fuck her. He's not a cheater. He just gonna get what he want when he want it and go and come back home to his wife.
Then why don't
That's
he
the
just be
difference.
single though? Why don't he just be single?
Well, listen, hold
Because
on.
Right.
Wait, but you missing a whole point. Some people got marriages where they're like, hey, she know he gonna do what he want, but he gonna come back.
I don't want that though, bitch.
I'm going for that.
We're talking about there's certain type of dudes who do that and they let their
I've known those kind of dudes. I know those kind of men. I've met them kind of men. But in the same time, nigga, I'm cool. Don't think it's women that do accept it. But I'm just saying for me, I'm cool on that though. Like I'm
and
good.
that's what I
I'm
said.
straight.
About 60 to 80% of women gonna accept it.
Nah, I don't know about
Especially if you got those.
hell no, you a lie. About 90% will.
That's gonna be nice.
Yeah, right.
Listen,
Nigga, no.
Hit me out real fast.
Nah, hell nah. Ain't it?
Hit me out real fast. When I say that, I'm speaking globally. I'm not just speaking with black people. I'm speaking globally. Globally, 90% of women will rather marry a rich man and let him do what he want to do than to deal with another man and have to work and have to do all this other shit. I'm telling you.
And they'll be the same hoes to be crying when that nigga leave their ass broke with no skills, crying and shit.
No, they don't be broke because they turn the other cheek and they play dumb and they get what the fuck they want.
When I say broke, when he get tired of
that,
when he get tired of that kitty cat, baby, he gonna get another kitty cat, bitch, because you ain't new no more. You
no,
sitting here,
don't
he gonna
do
get
that.
something new.
No, men don't do that.
Listen, yes, he is, because if he get it like that, yes, let me tell you something. Hold on, you just said 90% of women. That means if he throw that bitch away, he got 89% more of the bitches to come and take the bitch place. So make it make sense.
Men are loyal. We don't leave. Y'all leave us.
Loyal?
Yes.
Let him talk.
Y'all leave us. We don't leave y'all.
Yes.
What are you
So
talking
y'all are loyal in what sense though? Because
So
some of
my
that
thing is
loyalty
this.
ain't
My
good.
thing is this. What y'all want is the
Right.
whole motherfucking cake with the candle, with the table and the chairs. You gonna have to give on something. Cause let me tell you something. We have to give all the motherfucking time. If a man want a beautiful ass woman, he know this come with expensive. This bitch is expensive. Ain't no other way around it. And I have to deal with what I have to deal with to keep this bitch. It just is what it is. But see, the thing about it is y'all want everything. And if it ain't everything, you don't want it. Men being all the time, you think we like to deal with y'all badass attitudes? Do you know how many married men are married that's fucking miserable, but they still stay? Do you understand this? We settle all the time. And this is why we have more options than y'all. We accept the fact that you done got fat, all types of shit. We settle all the time.
We settle y'all dick ain't working. We settle that y'all don't look the same. We
No,
settle
listen.
some shit too, bro.
Okay,
Like, come
okay.
on
What
now.
if
Quit
his
acting
dick
like
ain't
y'all
working?
just the only motherfuckers.
Okay, what if his dick ain't working? He could take a pill and get on hard. What if your shit dry and your knees gone? What you gonna do for that?
Hey, Mike can Google and find a remedy. I don't know.
Nah, you can't do shit. It's over with.
It's over. It's over. It's over after
That's
that.
hilarious.
Yo, let me ask you a
This is
question.
just
Let me ask you a
ridiculous.
question real quick. Hey Q, what gets
What's
wetter
up?
and wetter the more it dries?
What happened?
What gets wetter and wetter the more that it dries?
What gets wetter and wetter the more that it dries?
Yeah.
Skin, goddammit. We sweat.
Nope.
I don't know.
I'm gonna put a
I want to
dryer on my
pass.
ass. I'm gonna get wet in the
Honestly,
motherfucker.
question is it's a very simple question. Everyone uses the item. Everyone uses it.
My
It gets
mind is
wetter and wetter the more it dries.
Everybody use it.
Yes, everyone uses it when you go near a body of water.
That's how.